Why you feel tired even after sleeping? Have you ever slept for 8 or even 9 hours, opened your eyes in the morning, and somehow felt even more exhausted than the night before? Your body got the sleep it needed. The clock says you've rested long enough. Yet the moment you wake up, your mind already feels heavy. You haven't answered a single message. You haven't gone to work. You haven't solved any problems. But somehow, you're already tired. Most people assume the answer is simple. I just need more sleep. So they go to bed earlier. They sleep longer on weekends. They try another pillow, another mattress, another sleep routine. Sometimes it helps for a while, but eventually the same feeling returns. Because the real problem isn't always a lack of sleep. Sometimes you're not waking up with an empty battery. You're waking up with a battery that was never fully charged in the first place. The human brain is incredible. Even while you sleep, it doesn't completely shut down. It continues organizing memories, processing emotions, sorting experiences, and preparing for another day. Sleep isn't like turning off a computer. It's more like putting a busy office into night shift. The lights are dimmer, but people are still working. Now imagine that office. Every unfinished task becomes another folder on someone's desk. Every argument you never resolved becomes another stack of papers. Every worry about tomorrow quietly waits in line. Every promise you made to yourself but never kept is another document marked urgent. Night after night, those folders continue to grow. Eventually, nobody inside that office has enough space to work anymore. This is what mental overload feels like. And the strange thing is that you don't always notice it while it's happening. Your brain simply keeps carrying more. Think about your average day. Before you even get out of bed, you probably check your phone. Notifications, emails, news, messages, social media. Within the first 5 minutes of waking up, your brain has already started solving problems. Then comes breakfast. What should I eat? Should I answer that message now or later? What should I wear? What meetings do I have today? Should I exercise? Should I clean the house? Should I order food tonight? Most of these decisions seem completely harmless. But here's something most people never realize. Your brain pays a small price for every single decision you make. One decision costs almost nothing. 100 decisions barely matter. But thousands of decisions, repeated every day, quietly drain your mental energy. Psychologists even have a name for this: decision fatigue. The more choices you make, the harder every future choice becomes. That's why some people arrive home after work and spend 20 minutes staring into the refrigerator without knowing what to eat. It's not because they're lazy. Their brain has simply spent the entire day making decisions. Now let's add something else: distractions. Your brain wasn't designed for constant stimulation. For most of human history, silence was normal. People spent hours walking, working, or simply sitting without receiving new information every few seconds. Today, silence has almost disappeared. If there's a free moment, we open our phone. Waiting in line? Phone. Riding the bus? Phone. Eating lunch alone? Phone. Trying to relax? Netflix. Trying to fall asleep? One last video. Then another. Then another. Your brain never gets the chance to become bored. And surprisingly, boredom isn't your enemy. It's one of the moments when your brain begins to recover. Modern life has convinced us that every second must be filled with information. But information isn't the same as recovery. Watching videos for 3 hours may feel relaxing. Scrolling through social media may feel like taking a break. But your brain is still processing images, still making comparisons, still switching attention, still working. Imagine asking someone to carry boxes all day. Every few minutes, you replace one heavy box with another. Different box, same weight. Eventually, that person becomes exhausted. Your attention works the same way, changing from work to YouTube, from YouTube to Instagram, from Instagram to messages, from messages to television. Doesn't always mean you're resting. Sometimes you're simply changing the type of work your brain is doing. And then there's something even heavier: emotions. Not every burden has a physical shape. Some people spend years pretending they're okay. They smile when they're exhausted. They say, "I'm fine," when they're falling apart. They avoid difficult conversations because they don't want to disappoint anyone. They carry guilt, regret, fear, pressure. And because none of these things can be seen, they often believe they shouldn't feel tired. But emotional work is still work. Your brain doesn't care whether you're lifting heavy furniture or carrying invisible stress. Energy is still being spent. In fact, studies have shown that chronic emotional stress changes the way your brain uses energy. It becomes harder to focus, harder to remember things, harder to stay motivated. That's why emotional exhaustion often feels exactly like physical exhaustion. Your body isn't asking for another hour of sleep. It's asking for relief. Real recovery is different from distraction. Recovery is the moment your brain no longer needs to react. No notifications, no decisions, no comparisons, no pressure, just space, a quiet walk, reading a few pages without checking your phone, listening to the wind instead of another podcast, having a conversation where you don't need to impress anyone, doing absolutely nothing for a few minutes. These moments may seem small, but they give your brain something it almost never receives anymore: silence. And silence isn't empty. It's where recovery begins. If you've been feeling tired for weeks or even months, don't immediately blame yourself. Maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you're not unmotivated. Maybe your brain has simply been carrying more than you realize. Sleep is important, but protecting your mental energy is just as important. Because sometimes the best way to feel rested isn't sleeping longer. It's giving your mind permission to stop carrying everything all at once. The world will always ask for your attention. Your phone will always have another notification. Your inbox will always have another email. There will always be one more thing to do. But your mind was never meant to run at full speed every hour of every day. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is absolutely nothing. Because real rest doesn't begin when you close your eyes. It begins when your mind finally becomes quiet. If this video helped you understand yourself a little better, consider subscribing. Every week, we explore the psychology behind everyday thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, one simple idea at a time. And if there's a topic you'd like to see next, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, take care of your mind. Thanks for watching. Take care of your mind, and I'll see you in the next video.